is Sean and Phil from Wizard World Philadelphia with the Comics Pals. We are here talking to an incredibly talented artist, Rob Schamberger. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Great. We're having a great time. How's your con going so far?
It's good. I haven't done a show on the East Coast in maybe 5 years, so it's been great, like interacting with a lot of people that normally I only like see on social media. Right. Yeah.
And what's the reaction kind of been like to you being here and to all your amazing artwork?
The amount of people like crying and fainting, like after a while you just get used to it, I guess. Like, yeah.
Talk to him. So let me get this straight. You haven't bestowed your fans here with a visit for so long that they're crying
And fainting.
and fainting.
Well, I guess you could say, finally,
The Rob
has come back.
to the East Coast.
So we talked about how amazing all your artwork is. You do a lot of stuff with WWE. How did you get involved with them?
I had met Jim Ross and Jerry Briscoe at the National Wrestling Hall of Fame Museum in Waterloo and stayed in touch. And then I was putting together a Make-A-Wish fundraiser gallery show. And I reached out to Jim to see if he could pass my information along to the company just to help promote that. And he did, and they did. Like, we fully funded a kid's wish. It was great. But also, he went the extra step and called Triple H and said, you need to work with this guy. And that got it all going.
That's really incredible. And how long have you been with them?
A little over 4 years now.
Okay. And what are some of the wrestlers who you really enjoy sort of working with and drawing their stuff?
Well, the ones that have the more outlandish appearances or characters, I'm able to go further with. Like, I tell a lot of people, when you draw Superman, you draw Superman. When you draw Batman, you do whatever, right? And so, like, if I do, speaking of Superman, John Cena, then I'm just going to paint John Cena, right? If I do The Undertaker or Bray Wyatt or Ultimate Warrior, I'm going to do whatever. Like, I can push it.
I've seen some of your Bray Wyatt stuff that you have on display here, and it's absolutely incredible. I mean, there's some stuff with tentacles that you did. Like, it's just all over the place, man. And I can tell you're having a blast with that.
Yeah. That one, every now and then you wonder, like, okay, when Metallica was making the Black Album, every now and then did they turn around and say, like, damn, we're killing this, right? That's how I felt when I was working on that one. Like, most of them, I'm just, like, plagued with anxiety and doubt until I get done. But on that one, it's like I was just shredding on a guitar the whole time. Yeah.
So, of everything that you've put together here, is Bray Wyatt your favorite muse of the last 10 years or so?
He's definitely one I have a lot of fun with. Also, Finn Balor. The ones that are really catching on with the audience and that I'm enjoying quite a bit are the new crop of lady wrestlers. Charlotte, Bayley, Becky, all of them. I'm able to show them as athletes, right? We're not doing the old TNA diva stuff, right? Like recently did one at Charlotte that I'm very proud of the peacock outfit she had at Mania. The silhouette of that I was able to really play with. Like, I think over time, this is my prediction, so you're on the ground floor here, that the entrance that everyone's going to look forward to the most at WrestleMania is going to be Charlotte. And there's a lot of things about that. Like, the last 2 years, it's been really grand, but also the person that makes her outfits is the same lady that has made all of Undertaker's WrestleMania outfits. Really? You heard it here first.
And we have a lot to
Scoop.
look forward to.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, did you grow up a fan? Did you grow up watching wrestling at all?
I really grew up on comic books, and I was about 18 or 19, and my stepfather, who had been a fan back in the 60s and 70s, was flipping through the channels and landed on Ric Flair doing a promo. This would have been like 98, 99, and it was like the clouds parted. I heard the Angel Choir. Like, I'm all about wrestling right now. And I didn't know that there were two different wrestling shows on the same time on the same night. So the next week, I went to find wrestling and landed on Raw. And every week, as much as I can get.
Monday Night Wars, right? So we're the Comics Pals, but Phil and I, we really, really love wrestling.
We're also the wrestling buddies.
Exactly. That we absolutely are. So would you say that there's overlap between those two sort of communities and just the way that the stories are presented and things like that?
Definitely. It's hero versus villain. It's that basic kind of psychology. At the end, the hero always comes out on top. The villain's always there for the next time around. And, like the Flash has his rogues, right? This issue, it's Captain Cold, then it's Mirror Master or whatever. With wrestling, like John Cena's facing Brock Lesnar or Bray Wyatt or The Miz, right? Like, the next villain's coming up to face him.
Yeah, definitely.
So you talk about how you like the very larger-than-life wrestlers like Bray Wyatt or Finn Balor, but when you do Superman, it's Superman, right? Have you done any comic book characters that you also gravitate toward for similar qualities?
Well, when I did my comic books, I was mostly doing like my own stuff, but some of those like classic darker characters like Batman, or I just love the Shadow. I had a lot of fun with that when I was a kid. Yeah, like the hat, the scarf, guns. Yeah, it was fun.
Is there a piece that you've worked on that really sort of like speaks to you and stands out as something that really is personally impactful for you?
My favorite and my most important piece is one I did of Ultimate Warrior and Connor the Crusher together. I surprised the Mahalik family with that backstage at Hall of Fame when they were honored with the Warrior Award. They actually had them do a thing afterwards where they were interviewing Steve, and I was behind the curtain and came out, gave them that. It was a really powerful moment, and I didn't care at the time, but as soon as the lights turned off, standing right behind the camera were Vince, Triple H, and Steph. They'd been watching the whole time, and that was my only interaction I've actually ever had with Vince. Was he nodded, shook my hand, and went back to running Hall of Fame. But that's good enough. That's good enough.
That's absolutely incredible. You've met Vince McMahon, and
he actually has. I did a family portrait of the McMahons going back to his grandfather, and Steph bought that from me, and that was her Christmas present to Vince. And he has that hanging up in his office at Stanford now.
That's amazing. I mean, you've really sort of become a part of the WWE family in a lot of ways.
It's amazing. They actually call me the artist in residence. I'll take it.
Can't go wrong with that. Phil, did you have any other questions you wanted to get in? Awesome. No, is there anything that you want to plug or let your fans know about?
Well, every Sunday on WWE's YouTube channel, there's Canvas to Canvas. You can watch how I do the paintings. Also, we just launched prints on WWE Shop in addition to the 50-some shirts that I have available there. And at Rob Schamberger on social media, come over and tell me how great I am.
We will. And again, you guys should definitely check this out. If you do come to a convention and you happen to see Rob, stop by and say hello. He's a great guy, and there's a lot of great prints here and paintings for purchase. So definitely come out and say hello. Thank you so much for doing this with us. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. Really appreciate that. And for you guys at home, check us out. We're the Comics Pals. You can find us all over the internet, all over social media at the Comics Pals. You can like, share, and subscribe to this channel. If you like what we do, we're here all weekend at Wizard World Philadelphia. So if you want more content like this, stay tuned. For Phil, I'm Sean. Take care, guys.